Good morning to all of your visiting panelists and your teams. It's a pleasure being here this morning.
Good.
Very long time again, I haven't been here, but I'm happy to come and share breakfast so we can have fun together.
Hello.
I mean, it's important. Some of the team members here today, I haven't seen them for a very long time. Uh, these are all friends as well who serve at the capital. And yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, Senator, for coming. And of course, this program is being carried by OK FM, Pram FM. We still expecting Clarice Jackson. He hasn't come yet. Pram FM, Red Power, Bana FM, and of course, Bana FM is represented by Winston. It's represented by Winston Bladden. Winston, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, I see you need to do some adjustment. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Also, we have Truth FM carrying this program, and of course, to represent Truth FM, we have Augustine. Sir, Augustine, welcome.
Thank you so kindly, Sabah. It is indeed a pleasure to be here this morning.
Okay, and of course, our front page online is also carrying this program, and our good friend Trokon. Trokon, good morning.
Trojan.
Trojan, right? Good morning.
Okay, well, good morning. Of course, yes, and Prime is also represented for that matter.
Okay, Prime is represented. Okay, so gentlemen, the senator is here. So as to grill the senator, I'm sure there are a couple of issues that I think the senator will have to address himself to today. And but Senator, let me begin with you. Being a key host, normally I have to start the ball rolling. You are running for a second term. You've been at the Liberian Senate and helping our people, helping the country in trying to deliver the goods to the people. But I'm sure you're quite aware that you have some new voters now, first-time voters who are around. In fact, they will be preparing to cast a ballot come October 10. And many of them, or some of them, may not have, heard about who Sir Joseph is. Maybe they've heard the name, yes, Senator Sir Joseph, but they don't know who is he. Do you care to tell us a bit about yourself, please?
Well, thank you. Again, good morning to the people of Moserado County and to the people of Liberia Lash. And I'm happy to be here. Sir Joseph, born in Lofa County, in a village called Foya Tengia, and came to Monrovia by with my mom, and then stay in New Georgia Estate since '82 as a child, and then started my education there in the New Georgia Estate Elementary and Junior High School, what they call now Gabriel Bule. And then I stayed there later, went to Kula onto Safi, and my parents couldn't afford the New Georgia Baptist Church were helping me pay my school fees, where I was given an opportunity by the missionaries to work 2 hours every Saturday, and then to make sure I go to church every Sunday. And then with that, then I will get my school fees paid. And then when the war came, I managed to narrowly escape, and then I went to Sierra Leone, stay in a refugee camp, in Waterloo refugee camp. Got a scholarship from the United Nations. I went to complete my high school, and then another war came up again. I went to Guinea, and then settled. Another war came up. Went to Senegal. I was in Senegal, and then I met the Jefferson Baptist Church, and I told them about the situation of the war in Liberia, and then there's a need for them to help. I wanted them to help the refugees in Sierra Leone, in the refugee camp. And then they asked me if I can go there and give them some photos, show them some photos. I went there into the camp and showed them photos and everything. And then they asked me to serve as director, as the representative of the organizations that run from Canada, that support Canada, from Canada and the US. And then they were able to support me there, provide feeding program to the refugees in Sierra Leone. And then I was also put in charge of the program in Senegal. And then I also told them, look, there's a need for us to do not just feeding the kids or the other let's create programs that will benefit them for the future. So they agreed that we'll do schools. So to cut it short, I was able to build 30 schools in Sierra Leone. A lot of refugees benefited from those schools. Today, those schools, when I was coming back home 2006, I turned everything over to the Sierra Leoneans, introduced the community, the Sierra Leone community that was in charge to the mission team in the U.S. And today they are working very well. I'm proud that the work is successful in Sierra Leone. And I came back to Liberia. When I came, I was asked, okay, what can I do? How can I help? And then I started the first school in New Georgia Estate to help kids whose parents cannot afford. And then again, I went again when that school was established, it was successful, supported by the U.S. base, the same organization. And then I went to Mount Barkley. I was able to establish what we call Mount Barkley Christian School. And then I went to Babashu, where I also built a school there, sponsored by the missions as well. So I'm happy that the school is going on. And today, we are not asking questions. What's the way forward? What's the challenge? You know, for every time I go to the U.S., I speak to thousands in churches and what have you. And they ask me, how can I help? And what's the need? And I told them about vocational and technical education, the importance of that. Let me announce to you that finally, the vocational and technical college in New Georgia Estate is completed with the capacity that will take up to 3,500. If we want to do afternoon, it will take up to 5,000 students. I'm proud of that. We're going to provide technical education to our youthful population.
Okay, Senator, we'll talk more about all of your interventions and all of that. But we just want to know basically who Senator Joseph is, and so that at least our first-time voters can know basically who he is.
And don't forget, listen, this is your Ebola hero. They know that name.
Okay, that's your Ebola hero. Now, you are a politician. We'll go into your interventions you made over the years. What's your political ideology? What's your belief?
Well, my belief as a politician now is I believe it's about providing services to the people.
Okay.
That's my belief. And I stand with that strongly and I push that idea of manners. So I want to change the perception of politics where people think that you either pretend to the people or you lie to the people, the way people get different classification and characteristics of different views of politicians. But my view and my belief that I push is service providing.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
Okay, Trojan.
Yes, but Senator, you saying this, a lot of people will wonder. I mean, as a senator, people say it is not a responsibility of a lawmaker, not just a senator, but a lawmaker as a whole, to get involved with some of what you're involved with, building schools, helping with what you do, like you said, providing services. Your job is to make sure that there are good laws, that oversight is carried out, and of course, you represent the people well.
Let's look at what the Constitution says. The responsibility of a lawmaker. It talks about the three cardinal responsibility. That is oversight, lawmaking, and representation. These are the functions that people high honor that don't do nothing. These are the points. That's why you try to talk about, okay, that is what the law says, that this is my function. Let's look at what the law says about the citizens. Citizens should what? Vote, right? Did the law talk about citizens standing on land to vote, standing 5 hours on land to vote? Did the law say when there's raining, you should stand 2 hours, 3 hours on the rain to vote? These people go extra miles for us. We have to come outside the box as well. When people are talking about three cardinal responsibility of a lawmaker, I serve as chairman on the Health Standing Committee in the Honorable House of Representatives. I performed. My oversight responsibility in the health sector was very strong, committed. Not just that, I made sure I will not just have an oversight. I will also help in the process, because when I'm working with an institution, it's not just to find the downfall or the odds of that entity, but how do I help that entity become better? When the Unity Party left, former Unity Party government was in power, when Ebola hit this country, they had how many ambulances in Maserati here? Almost the entire country. 4. But I brought 10. But you telling me today it's not my over, it's not my right. But then you were shadows. I just said they were, and what have you. So it was wrong for me to take the lead, going on the street where you serve. Most of you were on the street alone. Anything could have happened to you. Anything could have happened to me. So what are you saying there? I believe the Liberian people don't think that way. The Liberian people think that they want to, when you represent them in the capital, minus your 3 cardinal functions, which we deliberate on and which we have been able to fulfill fully. You must be able to as well. They must feel your presence. How do they feel your presence? When somebody call you, come to your house in the morning, and then they are dying, and they need something to help to just pay the hospital bill. Then you're telling me, somebody will say, it's not my responsibility to pay your hospital bill because I have only 3 cardinal responsibility. So we should now write it on the wall on our fence. Don't come to me because I'm implementing the 3 cardinal responsibility. That is not Sir Joseph.
A follow-up to that question, Senator. I'm Augustine Sir from 2 FM.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Thank you.
Another sir.
Right. Many of your colleagues have complained of no money. If the issue of legislative projects, you don't have it anymore. How did you source out the funding? Is it that you were putting those monies that you used to build a vocational school in the budget?
Listen to me. When you are a lawmaker, you have opportunities. And what are those opportunities? You have opportunity to go and lobby. When you go to the United States, you meet another senator from another state and you tell them, I'm Senator Sir Joseph. Or you meet a congressman, considering that the United States have a serious tie with Liberia. Like for instance, my recent trip, I went to Rhode Island. Rhode Island is where the slave left and then came to Monrovia, to Liberia. Do you know the relationship we have with Rhode Island? Do you know? In fact, I just discovered a plaque that was made 1857 in Attington. And this organization, I Googled them, this organization still exists in Rhode Island. I am in communication with them. How do I make them to understand that this is what your forefather did? This is where they work since 1857. To invite them. When I met the governor of Rhode Island, and then I told him, look, I'm Senator Sir Joseph. I came to visit your state. We believe we have a relationship. And during our conversation, he asked me, what can I do for your people, Senator? He did not say, what can I do for you? What can I do for your people? I said, I need a partnership with your technical programs towards our technical schools that we're going to be opening. He even suggested, can you send 5 students for study? I said, well, we can look into that. I want the relationship to be there, that partnership, where we make use of the curriculum, where they also help us with the programs, where they can come and give us training, you understand, so that we can run the same model as they are running. And the governor has committed the opening of this institution. He is coming to Liberia. Do you know what it means for the governor of Rhode Island to come here?
No, Senator, what is it?
So that's why they will tell you about no money. You can go to the bank and take loan. I took loan. 2014, 2013, I took loan to ship the ambulances to Liberia. Nobody gave me money. During the entire Ebola fight, the government did not give me a single cent. I took money from the bank. What the GDP bank? The records are there. The records are there. When I won election, I took loan. And you have to be far-sighted as a leader.
Okay.
When they say you are a leader, you're leading people, you must be far-sighted, which means you think about the people. What can you do? Considering there's a huge country, a lot of challenges. You understand? The most populated country. If you telling me if I'm going to only talk about my 3 cardinal functions, it's not going to work. It's not working. What's going to work is I must go beyond that. So I took money from the bank and created a program. I bought 1 truck, 1 tanker.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to Aminata. It was making money. I went to the Chinese company. The records are everything I'm telling you, the records are there. They say, I told them, can you borrow me another truck? And then I paid little by little. They agree. And then I took another truck. I make it 2. Aminata was great with the relationship with them and the contract they had. I was like getting 20 to 25,000 monthly for Aminata when we make new trip. Because every trip that you make, they pay you per gallons.
So, but Senator, on this,
you understand? So raising money from there, and then with the confidence that they had in me when I done the payment, I was also able to raise extra money from the US, from friends and partners. When you are in those positions, you have the capacity, to go there and talk about your place. I saw Maserado. I told the people, we need to do something. And people was able to help. And I was also able to help by taking loan with the little business that I established and making money from there, also putting it from there. And people was able to, some people sometimes drove at the campus and drive cement. The people contributed.
So what is the value of that university talking about?
Trust me, it will be difficult to count the value except we put all of the receipts together.
Okay.
Because we can just. So personally, like for instance, we have, considering a former representative of District 13, where Seti Brother is, they have confidence in me. I took up to 300,000 worth of materials from them. And then I've been paying gradually, monthly from my salary. We have gone down up to 160,000.
Wow.
now
All in materials.
So you still owe?
Yeah, I owe them.
So anytime they can come here for
No. We have a relationship.
Okay.
And they trust me, I'm going to pay. This is not the first time doing it.
Okay.
I'm going to pay. And if you go to Seti Brother now, you just go into the computer, you will see it. Even some of the projects that we are implementing, building bridges into those communities and what have you, I go there and they trust me. The good thing is that they give me a very good discount. Let me commend Seti Brother.
Okay, now, President, before you call, let me just ask a question, please, to follow up. Gentlemen, I beg you. You spoke about, somebody did ask the question about, all the senators will say, or all the lawmakers will say, it is not their responsibility to carry out some of the projects that you are carrying out. But you often travel to.
First of all, I don't want to believe any senator said that.
No, I mean, it's something that we've heard before.
But if somebody is saying that, then it's unbelievable that you.
It's not our responsibility.
Your colleague, Senator Dillon, is on record for saying the money
Thank you.
work for his personal money. I don't need to explain.
So let me to answer to that. Giving is not natural. Giving, you must be somebody that have the conviction to give to people. When you are not of that nature, trust me, you will always keep it to yourself. You understand? You will not believe it. Sometimes I have money in my pocket, but we don't cook at the house.
Wow.
Sometimes 4 or 5 days we don't cook.
But Senator, why would you have money in your pocket and then the people?
Because I need to buy materials the next day. As I speak to you now, we are looking at challenges that our people face. What can we do? This is why when we were running campaign 2017, we ran on hope for change. We want to change those ideology. where you say, oh, my only function is to look at the three functions. No, we're going beyond that.
Senator, I want you to explain, the people of Montserrat County listening to you this morning, from the genesis of you entering into politics, being a representative of District 13, very outstanding record. You left the page, left in the hands of Representative Flomo, went to the Senate, outstanding record. When it comes to education, you're all match, health, security, and the rest. Why are you seeking re-election? Tell the people of Montserrat County why should they give you another 9 years?
Montserrat County already gave me 9 years. The election, we don't have an election. I can say this to you. We don't have an election. I'm not worried about election. What I'm basically doing now, I'm focusing on what next. President Weah was elected 2014 as senior senator from Montserrat County, where he served well as one of the representatives that served under him as a caucus chairman. You understand? And as caucus chair, he told us to focus on the people. Even when he encouraged me into politics, he did not encourage me into politics to say focus on your three cardinal functions. Knowing the fact of my capability of what I have done, where he saw, he read about me. My people from the US visited him. They told him who Sir was. If you want to go know more about Sir, just Google Sir. Just check. Take your time and check. People don't check those records. Google and check.
That's not a Sir from True FM, anyway.
Sir Joseph. But you know the meaning of Sir.
Yeah, sure.
No, I want to come in.
You have not answered the question. Go ahead.
So we was taught to do all we can. And this is what we follow. Now, we have been able to do what we have promised our people. We lay a platform. President Weah have been a president. When he was a president, everybody wanted a seat. But he said, Sir is the one that can deliver this. Now I have ended his balance 6 years as senator. What have we, the question is, have we successfully done our work as senator representing the president into the balance 6 years? The answer is yes. Where's the record? Go into the communities. Take your microphone into the community. You're going to hear the people. Go and see the marks. We're not talking about abstract issues here. We're talking about something that you can go and touch. You see, it's visible.
We want you to be specific. What are those things that you make reference to?
We will not leave from here.
You just give a few of them.
Listen. Like for instance, we just talking about the technical college. Now we don't be able to do that. We're talking about, we created a program, what we call Making Montserrat Great. You understand? We have been successfully able to save from national government more than 20 million. Now is, people lie. They say Sir Joseph get contract for government. Very big lie. Not a single contract.
I wanted to come in.
Let him just learn.
I come in. You come.
Are you responding to the publication?
I come in.
Getting contract.
Well, front pages here, they will take record of that. Because what I believe is when people come up with stories, you do your balanced story, you ask questions, you check on the records. Not a single contract that public works have ever given me to do bridges. Like the bridge since how many 30 years going to Attington. The people of Attington have been cut away from the rest of Montserrat County. I am constructing that bridge. The people of Nambana, District 4. You understand? Go and see for yourself. All are expiring, presidential expiring, when they ran away. When I arrived there, you know what they told me? They said, the community people said, but man, if communists can come here, you run away, that Sir Joseph will do the bridge here. Other people here, you let the king, they're not over this. I sat down. I believe it was a challenge.
Okay.
And my intention to focus to do that bridge was not based on because other people failed. It was based on the fact that it was needed. Every year you have 2 to 3 children, kids going to school, and they die into that river. This time I said, enough is enough. Whatever is going to take us to do this bridge, we're going to get it done. We have gone 50% of that bridge. What is delaying us now is the flow of the water. When the water is filled on that bridge, even when you stand up here, the water cover you. But today, the history has been made. That bridge has been constructed. The road towards the bridge is okay now. Here already were FDA. Where here FDA? I started FDA 2 days ago. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is, as senator, you as a leader, you create programs that benefit your people. So I was able to put together what we call Making Mozzarella Great. By that, I purchased equipment, raw equipment. You understand?
Costing?
The two equipment cost me $180,000.
Okay.
The motor grader with the with the compactor and the narcissist. The narcissist is to die and what have you. Now, we have been able to save for national government more than 20 million United States dollars. Because we believe that we don't have to go and wait for popular work to come before we intervene. We say, I have convinced the people of Mozzarella County, let's work together and develop our community. People in the community pull fuel together. We send the equipment, they fix the road. That have been successful in Mozzarella County. As we speak, after this program, let's go to FDA or send somebody to FDA. You remember that? You know that here? You know how many we get to FDA community?
Right.
We climbing the hill. You know how many cars have filled there and people broke? How many accidents have taken place there? You know the good news is, I broke down the hill yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, I broke down the hill yesterday. OH problem. That's why we found a solution to. You understand? My goal is, how can we connect FDA community to Pueblo Road, to Johnsonville? That is our connection. That is our target.
That is a goal. Now, I want to come in here, Senator, because and now that we're on this public platform, it is going to speak to some of these things, because one of the things you've been accused of is conflict of interest. You mentioned trucks. So there are people who say the senator has his trucks and all of the contracts he takes it away from ordinary Liberians, and he is the one running all of those contracts. Secondly, the issue of the National Transit Authority, all right, with the buses, the NTA with the buses as well. They say you've taken over, and you are the one who is running NTA. You've run the NTA to the ground, and it is your private buses now that are there, and you're making money out of it. What do you say to those that?
I wish I was making money out of it. You know, I was broken down the last time when I saw the report of Front Page Africa. And then I said, why is it that there's a credible institution they never called to ask or to even go to the University of Liberia to check the records? So what I did, as part of the program Making Mozzarella Great, I brought those buses. I called the superintendent of the county. But then those buses can be used for the internal purpose. But goal number one, to reduce transportation costs. First of all, let's look at the app that creates the NTA. It says that you must encourage private entity. So I did not break any law for bringing in buses. Because if you want to say I broke law for bringing in buses, so why they are brought in ambulances? It was not my responsibility to bring in ambulances during the Ebola crisis. Let's make that analysis. You make an analysis in my government, but in your government, I never play politics with the lives of the people. When some of them were in the houses lying down, they calling me, even below the person you're talking about that raised those issues. He was sick. I went for him in my ambulance, carrying to the hospital. Of course. I can show you the clinic.
This is a breaking news. So, how it all happened?
I'm telling you 2014. You understand? So listen, what I'm telling you here is, when you are telling me that 2014, during the United Party government, it was okay for Sir Joseph to bring in ambulances to help the government. Because I should have played politics, right? I should have said, I'm a lawmaker. But then, the government is worthless. This government is again, look at no ambulances in the country. But I said no.
Senator Joseph,
I come in. I said no. What can we do to control the situation? It involves the lives of our people. With ambulances. Charge me at the port that I have to pay taxes. I agree. I pay taxes. They were not going to be duty free. Even the buses are brought. I pay for every bus that came. I did not go get any bus on duty free.
When you bring these buses, donated them, or you still provide the OSAT where in the little that are collected.
One thing I can tell you, I took the buses and turned it over to the superintendent of the county
with all documents.
She has everything. You understand? But I am responsible to service them every month.
And that is from the proceeds that are generated.
Amen. Okay, let's take the math. Go to your calculator. Let's first of all, let's look at the buses running on the street of Monrovia. How much money they bring in. Let's discuss that because then we get enough time. The buses report 20,000 LD a day. Each bus.
How many?
Presently, we have 5 running.
Okay.
A report because we give 10 to the University of Liberia.
Okay.
You understand? So 20,000 LD a day.
That's 100,000.
Coming now a day per bus. Don't look at per bus. Then later you multiply it. It's 20,000, right? Let's look at fuel. 15 gallons. How much for fuel?
15 gallons a day?
15 gallons a day. Let's look at fuel.
Okay.
How much is that? You do the calculation.
You asking how much? I don't buy fuel.
So you could calculate. You couldn't buy fuel, but you could calculate. You need the amount to 20,000. Look, gentlemen, it's about providing the services. My availability to serve in national government is not to enrich myself or to take anything for myself. It's about providing services. If you look at the 20 gallons, you pay for it.
So if the fuel was 900 per gallon, 15 gallons is 13,500.
Still there for 77,000.
7,000. Okay. How much for one tire in case one tire fire? I come in. How much to service the bus?
Let's establish this.
I come in. Chief, I come in. Before you conclude about the amount of proceeds that I'm using, because we're talking about proceeds, talking about profit making.
Right.
So where's the profit? Where's the profit coming from? To pay one driver is 150.
Now you're not paying or buying tires every day.
I agree, but you have to service. No part to get one pass. You have to order it from the United States. You know, to service those buses for 1 year, I get the entire chart that they gave me from the US when I get the buses. They told me it's 200,000 United States dollars.
So I'm asking you this question because there are many who believe that you,
I agree with you, sir.
You, the legislators, should be empowering the NTA to ensure that there are more buses procured.
Okay, so the question should be, sir,
to empower the NTA.
Excuse me. The question should be, why did you come with the buses?
And that's what I'm asking you. Is it because you've been unable to empower?
Okay, let me tell you now. So, most of our country has senator. Look at the number of most of the time people go into town fighting. Sometimes people get wounded. One of those yellow buses were claiming they hit a field and kill a police officer because most of those buses that are here, they are very old. They're not durable any longer. You understand? The cost of transportation have gone up. For any part of Somalia drive to go to town back then was $100 Liberian. You understand? University of Liberia students were always going on strike action because of no transportation availability for them. I said, okay, I will find a solution. So when I arrived in the US, all my agenda was transportation services to the people of Monserrado County. And I was able to procure those. I brought the first 10. We put them on the street. We sell $50 Liberian. You understand? Per trip. Now, you know what happened? The union came to my house and said, Honorable, you will not make money, when you take it at $50 Liberian. Go ask the union, they will tell you. I told them, I am not I did not bring in those buses because of of me making money. You understand? Now today, the cost of transportation have reduced in the entire Montserrat County. Now, so I get 2 buses leaving from here to Ganta, where other buses are charging 1,500 from here to Ganta. My buses are charging $400 Liberian dollars from here to Ganta. You understand? It's not profit making.
So in short, you are losing.
What I'm telling you, it is not. I did not bring it to make money. So personally, the buses, the management try their possible best to do services with what they are receiving. It is not enough what they're generating to even pay the drivers and the ladies on the bus, the conductors, because part of it was to create job as well. I have to do that from my salary.
Now, Senator,
Pay the drivers?
Yes, I pay the drivers.
Yeah, Senator.
I just paid them 3 days ago, or 2 months, because I'm having 3 months for them.
How many drivers do you have there?
We get 18 drivers.
Stay with the transit authority. Recent, there was a protest at the entity. You arrived there, made a swift intervention. Where are we with it now?
Well, there are
Remember,
claims.
you have closed.
There are counter claims that the people, the entity fire people without reasons and what have you. And I decided to get involved to know, to listen to what really is the problem. And they explained to me what the problems are. Fortunately for me, the head of the entity arrived. And then we had a discussion. I told him he had to be serious and take control of MTA.
This managing director has been accused severally of not being capable of running. There was a fire incident at the NTA.
Yeah.
There was another time money was missing and all of that, and he's still there. You are responsible for oversight, and of course, nothing has been done. Complaint upon complaint from the NTA. Most of the buses are grounded. There was a time he packed money and said he was going to buy equipment and all of that. Why are you keeping? Why is he being kept there? When in fact,
I don't have appointment power.
No, you don't have, but you have oversight.
I have oversight. I can come in.
You called him recently, and he even said he didn't know about any money from the budget that goes to the entity. So he's not even aware.
The hearing was conducted by the Committee on Transport. They conducted the hearing.
I'm telling you what.
So the hearing, the chairman now briefed us, and he told us they are doing more investigation. They will get into the case. I'm not a member of the Committee on Transport.
Okay.
So they had a hearing. The only reason I'm speaking to this because there was allegation leveled against me that so also the University of Liberia will give them 10 buses. Is it wrong by giving the University of Liberia 10 buses to transport the students? It's not wrong. They provide money for fuel, you understand, and to service the buses. That's what they're doing.
So, Senator Joseph, this could be my last question on the issue of transportation. Can we establish as to whether when you go to the United States, you buy these buses or they are donated to you?
I bought them.
Okay.
So people raise issues. Let me tell you, know what happened? When I was in the US, somebody said, they wrote a letter, a Liberian wrote a letter to State Department that Sir Joseph carrying those buses to truck voters. You understand? I was questioned. I was investigated.
Senator, who wrote the letter, please?
It's okay.
No, we're on public radio. Who wrote the letter accusing you?
Written from the Senate or from where?
No, from the US.
Okay.
A Liberian from the US did that. You understand? And I said to them, well, they did a fast check. The first thing I did, I gave the address. You understand? I gave all my receipt and I showed them everything. I purchased them. Look, but you know how it was interesting when I had those buses? They were selling those buses like 10,000 United States dollars per piece. They get different kind. They get the Nante buses made in the Nante 298. They get like 5,000. They even get buses that up to 500 US dollars. They get even area where you can take buses free. You understand? But I said, if somebody they buses, why are they giving me the buses free? You know what I'm saying? So I asked those questions. But the lower amount you pay, the more problem you're going to acquire. You understand? I wanted the durable ones, the one made in 2005, 2008. You understand? Those are the kind of buses that I wanted. Now, so when I went there, And I did not tell the guy that I'm a senator. I introduced myself to him, and then I told him, well, I wanted buses to take to Africa, but the amount he called in was too much. I wanted to reduce the price. He said, no, that's all we can do. I said, okay, in case you think about it, you reduce the price, you can call me. So I left my call card, my name. I only left my name. So when I left, when I came back, and then he looked at me and said, excuse me, he said, what the hell you did not tell me you are a senator from Africa? Come here, man. He said, you're serving, and then as of today, you're my friend. You understand? And then we started talking about Africa. He said, yeah, he loves Africa. He really want to come and visit.
Okay.
And what have you. And then he said, look, we will do business. But you know what happened at the end of the day? They may give me no buses. I did not pay a single cent. And when I came back, I started paying little by little until I concluded the payment since 1 year ago. I just concluded 2 months ago the payment.
How many buses are we talking about, sir?
20.
How much each?
Yeah.
7,500.
Let's establish something. Government money, your personal money,
Well, government money.
county development fund, citizen engagement fund. Let's talk
Okay,
about
so
it.
none of this is money. Some friends ask me to, what can they do? By the grace of God, I'm well connected with friends in the United States. And they give me money. I don't use it for myself. I use it to be able to serve our people.
We want to
That's
talk a
what it
little.
is.
We want to talk a little bit about.
It's not anybody money. Part of it also was I was able to. The only one coming now. Each lawmaker has 2 cars a year. Every 6 years. That is 3 years you get a car. 3 years you get a car. You understand? The first 3 years I already received that car.
Okay.
Now 3 years have passed. The second 3 years, I said, no, I don't need a car. You understand? So I said to the bank, GD Bank, because they're responsible to procure the car. I said, please send my own money for my car to ship the buses, because giving me the buses is one thing. To ship the buses is another thing.
Yeah.
Because to ship one bus is 10,500 United States dollars.
Wow.
So I said, please transfer the $48,000. You understand? To be able to ship my buses back, the buses that I procured. And the bank told me that they can't do it and what have you. We were only for 1 month. They said I should write. I wrote them. The GD Bank, they get a communication, go to GD Bank. I wrote them, I don't need a car. The money that I use that is there appropriated for me for car, please transfer it to this company so they can ship my buses. And they did that. The record trail is there.
Okay, so Senator,
Senator, let's talk a little bit about lawmaking, which is, of course, one of your functions. There have been cries from people out there that some of the laws that are not just the laws, but some of the agreements, for example, the recent Bail Mountain extension, they're accusing lawmakers, especially from the Senate, that agreed on the extension of the Bail Mountain agreement for the next 25 years. That at this critical time, when we're into electioneering, it was prudent if the Bail Mountain extension agreement, would have waited until after the election before. And they're wondering why the rush, and why did you, as chair on executive, in fact, they say you are chair on executive, did not put that forward, and instead you all voted for that contract to be extended.
First of all, what have been my position relating to concession agreement? I believe, as Senator of Montserrat County, every concession that is being passed into law that affect a county, I also look at the other side. How does it affect that county positively? Not just looking at it the negative side. Let's take, for instance, I will come to your question, but let me bring you back to the Aslam Mita. You understand? When they wanted amendment at the to the contract, to the agreement. Now, the first thing I proposed, my argument at the Capitol on the floor was, before this law is passed, Aslam Mita is functioning within 3 counties: Grand Bassa, Bon, and Nimba. Let us not pass this law until we can go right back into those counties, you understand, and sit with the people. Mita must be present. The citizens must be present. The legislators that represent those counties must also be present. We started with Grand Bazaar. There was conversations held. But guess what? At the end of the day, in the report, it was concluded that as chairman of the committee, my proposal to plenary was don't pass this agreement. You understand? And did you see it pass? No. Be mounting. We have the chairman on Lands and Mines is from Grand Cape Mount County. You understand? My point on the floor was, let the chairman, he represents the people of Grand Cape Mount County. He's also the chairman of the committee. Can he attest to us that the people of Grand Cape Mount indeed want this agreement? You understand? The chairman made a point. He said, well, this agreement is in the interest of the people of Grand Cape Mount County, and he represents the people. Based on his presentation as chairman of the committee and as senator of that county, I agree. And therefore I voted.
I come with John. And in following to that question, were you able to also establish for yourself as to the reason or whatever convinced you for the extension of the contract? I'm talking about why you enter into first, as to whether they implemented like building the railroad, ensuring that homes that are in affected counties that are being
what you said was few things were not implemented. I went there before. One commitment was to build a hospital for one of the town.
Okay.
That wasn't built. That issues were raised. You understand? By citizens and what have you. But the chairman convinced me by stating that the amount to be paid, you understand, to the villages or to the towns or to the affected area, that amount was now increased from 100,000 to 250,000.
Okay.
You understand? Which means even if the company, you understand, cannot build a clinic, they can also use 100,000 or whatever they're going to receive, you understand, and even build their own health facility. You understand? The chairman also told me that they were going to be increasing the capacity in terms of job creations. My only point that I was pushing was the local content. I look at when those concessions come on the floor, I look at the issues of local content, because local content is very important.
Surely.
You understand? How does our people get into job? And the issue of local content is a challenge where we as senators or lawmakers need to focus on, is to push on B mounting. Now the concession have been passed. The issue of local content should be considered primary. Number one, they had few companies that were supplying them fuel, but now they're bringing their own fuel. So those companies that were providing the fuel are no longer active in terms of job.
So what did he say to you as well as to?
So what I'm saying now, this time is about us sitting with B mounting and telling them enough is enough. You understand? You now have to focus on the issue of local content, those things that you are not able to do.
It's in the agreement, because it's got
in the agreement. It's in the agreement. Even MITA agreement. MITA agreement, we make sure we push that before it passes into law. Issue of local content should be considered, and even MITA place into the law that companies, like brand companies who don't have the capacity, MITA should give them a loan up to 30 million. General loan for all of the companies, so that they can build the capacity to be able to meet the target for the local content supply.
Senator, I'm concerned about this as a B mounting construction, because I'm concerned about the execution of the agreement. Now they are shifting now from the surface to the underground mounting. Did they tell you as to why they want to go now as far as carrying out the underground mounting?
Well, I know nothing about money issue. You're talking about underground
they're
money.
going to go deeper.
Okay, they're going to go deeper. Well, the first thing is, does the people of Grand Cape Mount County want the mining, want the company to be there? Because if you give the people the property, you understand, We're facing that challenge now in Moserado County, where they people give land space, you understand, and people use it as rock crushers. If you see some of those places that have turned to valleys, you understand, and after then you can do nothing with that property. So I have been preaching to the people of Moserado County, stop giving your private land to companies to be able to dig rock crusher. Because when they put rock crusher there, they're going to dig the rock owner, and you can't fill that particular valley. You can't use that land space. So if the people of Grand Cape County don't want the construction, we could have known through the lawmaker. But he told us that exactly they support it, is in the interest. The arrangement with the discussion that they have had as a county is in the interest of the county. So,
Mr. Senator, the issue of Bay Mountain needed no rush, because as we speak, they got additional 3 years still within the
so that issue of
in the news this morning, here it says Councilor Benedict Sanon accuses Liberian government of siding with Bay Mountain Company since the water pollution accused by the company chemical killed some citizens. Up to now, that issue have not been addressed. So why are you telling Liberians this morning that the people of Grand Cape County are in support of the new contract? They are the ones who are crying.
The people of Grand Cape County are represented by 2 senators. You understand? And the 2 senators, even if you did not vote in favor, you have the right to file a motion of reconsideration. Was there any motion of reconsideration filed by any of the senators? I did not hear of any motion of reconsideration. I also raised the issue on the floor. Can the senator take the floor and tell us the important and how does whether they accept it? And he says in the interest of the citizens.
The committee taking the consideration of going to
I'm not member of the committee.
If you raise the issue that are going to hear from the locals,
the chairman, he is the chairman. The good thing about Bay Mountain is the chairman of the committee on lands and mines is the senator of Grand Cape County. So make the case very easy.
It's like
I think
that's the issue. Okay, and you are talking about mounting into the arrival. We can go into it before anybody goes. We have that discussion. Yeah. Do you know that we have go into it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Senator, the process of going into it, but before anybody get it, then that's more discussion.
Yeah, Senator. Yeah. So I want to come a little bit back to the issue of your school. You said it's completed. Tell us, because there was news that you were also doing another one in Mount Barclay. So you tell us about the status of that one as well. But we said 3,500 capacity. And if you were doing afternoon, you said you're going to go up to 5,000.
Yeah.
So tell us, is it affordable? I mean, how will people? I mean, people. The ordinary people can afford to attend your school.
Children.
Is it going to be free of charge or some cost attached? Tell us about
to run a vocational and technical institution.
It's expensive.
It's cost intensive because most of the work that he does is based on practical work. Because you have to now, even if you tell the students come to school free, but if they cannot afford the practical materials, that's another problem by itself. You understand? So having the school affordable is not a thing. I'm thinking that's why make me a senator of the country. I'm thinking about that. What we have been able to successfully do is that the nursing program, we're going to have a nursing program at the college there. 1,000 nurses will be trained for every 3 years. And guess what? We already have support to pay all of the teachers for the nursing program for the 3 years. We have a donor that said they would take over the nursing program.
Okay.
And they are coming here the first week, 25 present coming. There's a medical team that been going back and forth. Now I have brought the idea to them. What happens if you are not here when our people sick? What do we do? You understand? So they say, okay, can we have a nursing program? It's on our basis. We did a proposal, we submitted it to them. Now they have agreed to support the nursing program. So the nursing program, we have support for it. In fact, each of the nursing students will have the medical bag. In that medical bag, you even have your laptop, your curriculum for the entire program, your assignment, everything. Because the entire campus will be wireless. You understand? We're not using chalkboard.
So students will enroll free?
We're doing it gradually. Okay. So all of the medical students is free. But they said they will conduct the tests. Okay. So they are coming. and we're going to make the announcement, and they will put up the test because they know, because some of them will be coming. It's going to be rotational for them to teach. Some of them are former doctors, some of them are former professors. You understand? So they are now going to be retiring, and then they want to do something in Africa.
Okay.
So since they do, so they're going to conduct the test, and then those students that will make it, they'll have a workshop for them, and then they can start the program. That's what we're going to do for this. So they are coming the second week of November for that particular program. The carpentry, the auto mechanic, the plumbing, you make all those ones. We're finding support for them. We're still having conversation. I believe when the governor come, we're going to make a mark there.
The governor? Who's the governor?
The governor of Rhode Island. He's coming. I'm looking at proposing 2 sessions to him. I don't want to do it one in America. I want to do it when he's here and he's seeing it for himself. You understand? Because when you're talking about projects, you don't just talk about, oh, I want to do this. Now you have done the building. These are the students. They cannot afford. I know it's going to be, it's cost intensive. I know people may be struggling for transportation. The issue is we even have 5 buses donated. This guy was telling you about that own the bus company. He donated 5 buses to the institution to transport students. The question is, how do we fuel the buses? That's another issue by itself. You understand? So we're looking at those things, and we're finding donor partners to be able to adapt different departments. So now the nursing program have been adapted. It's good. I'm looking for other people to adapt other programs, and then we can.
Okay, let me ask you now, Senator.
You talk about Mount Barclay. Mount Barclay Institution, the capacity will be 8,000 students.
So it means it is bigger.
Oh yeah, it's 2 times bigger than
this. Okay.
Yes, 2 times bigger. My goal is to decentralize technical and vocational education in Moserado County. You understand? So we don't have to transfer students from Mount Barclay to come to New Georgia, or New Georgia to come there. Right after the one in Mount Barclay, we're going to District 17. We're doing one. Right after the one in District 17, we're doing one in Tori. We have 4 blocks. We did this triangle. That what we use. You used to play Mao?
Just before you come in so much, what do you say to some suggestions that in our high schools, especially, there should be this law? I don't know whether it will be a law or this policy crafted that vocational training be taught in high schools, maybe from 10th grade to 12th in high school, that is.
No, it should be from 6th grade.
It should be from 6th grade so that students graduating can already have something. What do you say about that?
Let me tell you what we have done successfully. What I have done successfully.
If you were elected, if you were
if don't use an indefinite article.
No, I gotta say,
who is in a ray can't tell about if you are elected.
You know, but you have the party.
Those things we're talking about.
Former United Party chairman.
No,
we'll talk about that.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I want you to understand. People will not take the Liberian people for a joke. I cannot be trained for anyone. President Weah also cannot be trained for anyone. It's clear.
Why you so upbeat like that?
You understand? These elections are over. This is why we say listen to me.
Why you so confident
Who make decisions for a one-round victory is Moserado. True of us.
You have lost Moserado.
Amen. Who make decisions?
You lost Moserado.
You live looking down. If you say that you're not enter looking down,
but you lost. Isn't it reality that you lost Moserado?
I come in.
Beat you 2 times.
Come on. We are talking about the names. When those names come to play, Liberian people want to see how well are you connected to them. Liberian people are connected to the number 14. During the 80s and 90s, when we were kids, we fight to touch George Weah. When this country was at war, he brought peace to this country through sport. He was part of the disarmament process. He was part and parcel going to camp helping people. I am a living testimony to the success story of President Weah. That's what I'm telling you.
So the football George Weah is not the same as the political George Weah.
I am telling you, look, when chicken were, you know that, right? When you are of that nature, it doesn't change, my brother. When you get me, you hold you say that 3 cardinal functions, and that 3 cardinal functions will serve our people. Now they are telling you that President Weah did not do anything. Can you tell me I did not do anything in Moserado? Who they are replaced? They're not George Weah?
If you are working so hard, what are you intensifying your campaign? You are not sleeping, you're not resting, you're in the rain, you're in the sun.
I am not campaigning, I am working. How can a man be campaigning? He facing road, spending 3-4 hours on one road.
You should be sleeping by now.
It's
Because the Bible says Saturday.
Hey, listen to me. I cannot sleep because there are a lot of challenges in Moserado County. And these challenges I am targeting. Look, as we speak, we are mobilizing materials. Since Todbo time, the road from Bento to Tori that takes 20 minutes, that road have never been touched. As we speak, we have been able to mobilize the towns and villages. They have bridged the road. We are facing that road where you will spend 20 minutes to go to Tori. You don't have to go all the way to West Kakata. That is the solution to this country. This country's solution is not last under the presidency. You expect President Weah to go into every corner? Well, why he made people like Sir Joseph? Why? Why he empower us to that level?
Senator, let me ask you a question. Yes, you've been doing extremely well. The issue of public transportation, you did extremely well. Brought in some buses.
Health,
health and education. Now, the question is, I'm coming now. No, I'm coming. I have a very little business. People ask my question. Senator, why all of that? What is the reason behind all of that? Do you have your eyes above this electoral scene?
Sir. The issue is, when I was putting my foot into President Weah's shoes as senator, I knew that there are a lot of challenges ahead. I knew it. God doesn't give you what you cannot do. I can say to you, considering my relationship working in the refugee camp with Liberians, I received thousands of dollars. So I could have taken any of the money to myself, but I did not.
Surely.
I bought food. I distributed it. I built schools. You understand? I brought in medical teams. Even though containers that comes to me, if I just sell one, you know how much money I will get from other. Do you know how many persons can travel and get in for this country to take it for themselves?
Yeah.
When faithful people come together and they say, look, let's stand together. Let's make a difference. I am announcing every day, look, bring in more medical. As we speak, I got 4 medical containers at the port to build the capacity. I will not complain. When they say JFK is nothing today, incubators are provided them. I just donated up to $1 million worth for equipment to JFK. Where people were having problem in terms of boom problem, where they have to go to Ghana and what have you, that story have changed. Do you know that the equipment that we have provided now, you can now do hip replacement in Liberia? I get JFK 2 C-arm equipment. You ask any doctor what a C-arm is. Where, for instance, you have an accident or you go off, they have to cut your hair to remove your skull to find out what the problem is. But it's no longer the case. I brought in 2 CM, I gave to JFK. They just need to take it like this and put it there, and they will detect what the problem is and go straight to it. Or even cutting or splitting you.
Kudos to you, Senator. So the question now is, are you...
I come in, someone. Do you know that I could have opened my own hospital and make a lot of money? You are telling me that... Do you know that I also donated 4 of those ambulances to Nema County through Senator Kun?
Oh, you mean
2014?
You mean rescue 2?
Of course. Ask them. I gave 4 ambulances. But it is not wrong for him to build a hospital, but it's wrong for Sir Joseph to build college, right? That's the argument they try to push. It is not wrong. Listen, we have said we will serve our people. We will create programs that our people will benefit. If I was running those buses for profit making, I don't need to be to the legislature, man. You know how much money I will make? Let's look at it.
Senator.
How many am I taking at the capital?
Senator.
My being at the capital is a blessing to this nation.
Senator, so the question is, thank you.
Amen.
Are you eyeing the presidency?
After President George Weah,
the question is, am I presidential material?
No, the question is whether you are eyeing the presidency.
You're not going to tell us.
Thank you. Are you eyeing the presidency after
George Weah?
That's the question.
So are you all of you decide to come together to just focus on the one question?
No, I mean that's just the question I want to ask you.
The people of Montserrat County District 13 elected me when President Weah introduced me to them. I trust this young man. Vote for him. More than 10 times he visited my district. Children can testify. You were there. You know it. You were there. You were always coming. That time in the NGO sector, you were coming all of the time. Someone from New Jersey, we are neighbors. We know the place. You understand? All of them voted for me. Yes, sir, but he voted for me. He voted for me. When somebody will vote for you, you know how do you know when you are passing? The man wave and family will come. He voted. Yes, sir.
I like that.
I'm concerned about the issue of where you talked about President Weah made you, and you do not expect President Weah to still be with you, maybe doing some of the things he's supposed to do. That is, you should have some responsibility that you should execute. Does it speak to the fact that there are CDC lawmakers who should be doing some of the things you are doing, but they are not doing it? And that's why maybe the president is facing some difficulties in some of the communities that you go to campaign.
Like, name them.
You're providing transport services. You're providing education. You are.
I'm providing a senator, right?
Right. And
then I'm senator for those districts, right? So it's wherever I'm doing it covers the entire 17 electoral districts.
So you don't. I just want to have this established because why you are influential
for everybody.
Of course, I'm senator for Montserrat. I'm senator for who? For only one district.
Let's talk about the Montserrat County.
If you see the equipment, it goes from every district. It goes from district to district. The transport service goes from district to district. Our medical team that we got Montserrat medical team. It goes from district to district, providing free services.
Senator, when you take a clear look at the Senate, most especially lawmakers from the counties, when Senator Yombli is arguing. She built consultation with Senator Jennifer Cappy, Ambassador County, seeking the interests of the county, other senators for other county. We don't see you in DeLon pushing issue of Montserrat County. Perhaps DeLon could be pushing his interest, the opposition, and you pushing your interest of the county. Let's talk about the relationship.
Let me tell you first of all what an opposition is and what a ruling institution is. The opposition, your responsibility, even if the government is doing anything, it's a responsibility to say they're not doing nothing. But I don't have those kind of belief. Even when I was in the opposition, you saw my helping hand to national government. The records are there. You are testimony to it. All of you are testimony to it. We could all have said and say, well, Manasali government fail in the health sector. They don't even have ambulance and what have you. Do you know I addressed the G20 as that's why I'm an opposition leader? You remember in Friday Radio? There where we had an interview. When I addressed the G20 when they were in Australia, they put me on the screen to address them on the issue of Liberia. I saw Liberia. I hailed the president, how she's trying.
Why in opposition?
Why in opposition? I never lash as the president. I never complain.
And you wonder why you're not experiencing it now.
It's not that is nature. Some humans decide to go that way. That's how we don't do it that way. When President Weah was even as an opposition, he maintained the peace of this nation, right? He will make sure everything is calm.
I think it's curious to know as to whether when you are about to take a decision, like for instance, you want to pave the road leading to LBS, do you go about consulting your colleagues and they don't say, hey, this is the argument I want to put?
Addressing the issue before the Senate on the agenda.
First of all, Senator Dillon coming from the opposition, he have different ideology than me. He believed that he must focus on 3 cardinal responsibilities. He even believed that when somebody is sick, they go to him, will not give them medicine, they must go to JFK.
Okay.
I believe as leader, I will not just sit there. I must be able to help to provide those basic services. When somebody come and knock on my door and say they are dying, I'm going to open my door and help them. I believe that I will not just complain. I'm going to be part of the process to fix it. This is why when the health sector was down, 2013 when Ebola struck this country to 2014, this is why we stood with the ruling establishment. We helped them in the process. Did you ever hear me playing politics out of it? No, you never. Do you know that when I was going to Sierra Leone, I represented Liberia to Sierra Leone? Do you know that I took the ambulance and said the Liberian government is sending those ambulances to help the people of Sierra Leone? We put the flag of Liberia on the ambulances. And when we arrived, you know what BBC announced? BBC called me and said, why are you in Sierra Leone? We saw your team working in Liberia. I said, this time we are in Sierra Leone with ambulances, not army and ammunition.
I followed that.
You follow that? The records is there. Check on BBC. I said, if the perception of Liberian taking war to that country and that civil unrest between us, you understand? We melt that pot. Today, people are now moving free. Despite whatever happened in the past, we are now free. That record, Liberia have set that record that Sierra Leoneans were dying, but Liberia went there and helped them. I did not say Sir Joseph. I said Liberia. It was in who regime? The Madam Saleh regime. If it were any politician back then, any of those opposition back then, they were in charge. When they were addressing the G7, the 7 more powerful presidents in the world, they could have said all of the negative things about this, about the government, but I did not do that. I told them where we are, what need to be done.
But how you didn't see anything negative
I
about
come
the
in.
government?
Amen. I don't have to talk about that. You know how many persons were dying per day? More than 70 persons were dying per day. We have the recording. Some things when we show it to you, we know what happened. Do you know how we got the situation under control? We have the story. After during the Ebola crisis, you know how much money came to this country? 5.2 billions in the health sector. Today, we shouldn't be even complaining about the health sector. We should have everything because we laid those proposals on the table. We said, decentralize the health system. Every hospital must have a major health post, a bigger hospital, well equipped. I even proposed we must have 2.
You are the ruling party now.
I come in. I said we must have 2 air ambulance. How much for 1 air ambulance? It's 500,000. If you got 5.2 billion, all you needed to do was to propose that. If you today, if the Standard Bearer United Party go today in Lofa County and he's not well, how will you drive him back? We need to use an air ambulance to fly him.
Do you believe
You understand?
your colleague for the county criticisms are unnecessary, Senator Dillon?
It makes no sense. What role can you play? What can you do? That's the solution. At this time, we are children of the world. We saw what happened in this country during the civil crisis. We are finding solutions to problems. We're not creating problems.
Okay.
You understand?
So
We're finding solutions to problems.
Yeah, no, yes, okay. Ask a question, we'll ask one.
Yeah,
Before I go to the line.
no. They ask yours because.
Okay, now, Senator, we have October 10 just around the corner. You have the President, His Excellency Dr. George Mano. We are, vying for a second 6-term mandate, and you also have Joseph Boakai, Cummings, and other presidential candidates. In your reading, what do you think sets a President Weah apart from the other people?
You know, President Weah has successfully. First of all, do you know? And you know that I'm from Lofa County. And I'm from Foya.
Sure.
Lisa.
And Joseph Boakai and myself from the same region. Why?
He's from Wazonga.
Wazonga is not in Tengia.
Okay, people want to
Like easy affairs. Like easy affairs.
No, Wazonga is not from Tengia. You know the history. Ask him good in history. He's from Tengia.
Okay.
You know, say I'm from Tinga. We don't eat catfish. Why is it I'm not supporting him? I'm supporting
President Weah.
President Weah. That is the question.
Well, he's a kinsman.
Hey, I come in now.
He's coming.
When you ask question, I can put in.
Go ahead, Senator. Go ahead.
Set the base so that you can enjoy the
The answers, eh? Go ahead. Go ahead.
You understand? The issue is President Weah have been able to affect my life positively. Politics is interest, right? I have seen as somebody who is in the interest of this country, even from his youthful days when he was playing soccer. I remember most of the time in New Georgia as I was growing up, I would say I want to be like George Weah, I want to play like George Weah. You know I play football very well, right?
I'm just hearing it.
Oh,
You can use me as an example.
Wait a minute, we can play together.
I play for Fabric.
You go on fabric servant.
I play for Fabric. They didn't pay me. I play for Fabric. I score goals for them. They win trophy. They didn't pay me. You understand? But when get back to the topic, let me tell you something. He stood for this country.
President
There
Weah.
was time that the entire nation depended on number 14 to make a goal, to make a win. I remember one of the games when Simon Doe went and knelt down and put his hand up. The entire country, the president back then, he announced that there should be a holiday.
Was it after we defeated Nigeria?
No. I think Ghana game. It happened Ghana, it happened Malawi game. It happened Egypt game as well. When Diba scored that one goal against Egypt. You understand? These are the people that flew this flag. When you're talking about leadership, we must look at the impact and how much person you have been able to make successfully. That is the issue. I'm a product of Weah. I was not electable. He took me and said, look, trust sir. He did not just do that. He introduced me. Some of the people I'm telling you about, President Weah stood with me and introduced me to some of these people. How many of our leaders are doing that today? That they can look at you and say, let me empower this man here. Please work with this man to do everything. How many of our leaders can do that? You understand? That's why I'm making a different leader.
Okay.
Because he have been able to empower me, other people. He took us from nothing to something. Compare all of the leaders. They come in there, they back at them. Show who they have made.
They were taught that
I come in now. I'm finished. Go
ahead.
Show me who they have made. Who can boast about it? And the people of Liberia are feeding the tangibles. Who? Based on those facts, he is the only person that can tell you he have been able to build the capacity of youthful population and that deserve to continue his legacy. And let me tell you something. Most of our country will support that. And this is why we are pushing for a one-round victory. You know why we're pushing for a one-round victory? Because I'm saying, Mr. President, most of our country, we want more development. Despite our interventions, but we still feel that more need to be done. You understand?
So you're optimistic that you are in control of Moserado County, despite of you losing 2 elections.
I can say to you, we are pushing for a one-round victory. I can say that to you. President Weah, who served as chairman of the caucus of Moserado County, he's on the ballot. The records are there. The development as caucus chairman has surfaced in the 17th electoral district. They're going to the various district, not just holding the position. What did you do? As caucus, I remember President Weah would sit down in our caucus meeting. He said, you will not argue. People arguing. No. The money must go to the district. What did it? He said, gentlemen, the money here, that for development for the people.
What do you make of the recent recording from Senator Johnson?
I did not hear any recording. What he said?
In that recording, Senator Johnson is listening to saying that your colleague from the Senate, Jeremiah Kwon, will run the show. Joseph Boaka is sick. He can move. He can do anything.
Even if, you know what I told you, I did not listen to him.
No.
He will not run no show. He will not run no show. I can say to you, they're not going to win this election. This election will be won by President Weah.
You don't have Senator Johnson on your side.
Hey, listen to me.
Nima County.
The Liberian people are listening. I'm not here to preach the politicking of my colleagues into the counties. I'm discussing my standard bearer, how he going to win.
Your standard bearer in Nima County is a vote.
We're going to win Nima. The question should be, have my standard bearer done anything in Nima? Do you know me? I personally have taken containers of medical supplies and equipment to Nima County. Do you know from here to Nima I have buses running for 400 LD? Do you know that? Do you know that after the election I'm traveling, I'm bringing in new buses that will make sure that we bring transportation even up to 300 LD on our road.
Even if you don't win?
Hey man, what you call it? Listen to me. There's no relation for me.
Senator Joseph, this could be my final question just before.
Your final question.
That is on this issue. That is on this issue. That is on this issue.
You understand? Every time you already say that my final question.
Yeah, because every discussion.
The message wasn't that not part of full thing.
What I found was on that. So
which part of was on that?
we'll discuss that. So I'm concerned about this issue wherein on many of President Weah campaign trails you have people in the committee they will raise these issues, especially this time around where you are seeking re-election. How did you arrive at approving the Ministry of Finance to ensuring that this harmonization process that your government carried out is necessary? Remind you now, there are people who are complaining that they were earning more, but since you came in and harmonized their salaries, they are not earning as they were earning in past government. Did you do it to have more people employed, or you did it because you believe that if you are a janitor here and another janitor outside just the office, we all should earn the same money?
This legislature, the 54th legislature, approved the harmonization process, and I was harmonized from $8,000 to $5,000. I was harmonized. You understand? Now, you know why people are angry? They're not telling you the rest story. The rest story is there were too many persons on payroll who were not visible. Post names. There are people that used to told money, they were told bags of money to their homes. These things are not happening any longer. They're not happening. The IMF program instructed that, look, in order for you to be part of the IMF program, you have to harmonize the payrolls. True or false? It's truth. But compare the cost of one driver in our neighboring country to that of Liberia. The last time when somebody told me that the lawmaker in Sierra Leone received 2,000, I will go. 2,000 US dollars. If they can survive with $2,000, we can survive with 2,000.
So you
So it was good that we were able to harmonize, you understand, from 8 to 5. It's a gradual process. There are people in the national government, you understand? There are people in the national government who were taking up to 25,000 US dollars in this country. So 15,000.
So the question is, what did you do with the money that you took for all those salaries?
They are now complaining that we put more people on payroll. So if you harmonize, you get more money. What do? You put more people on payroll. That's the issue. We're creating more jobs. There should be job creation. The problem of our country is we should not focus on only government job. We should start focusing on companies to come and get involved into Liberia.
So they say you have to do that. You have to
I come in now. Listen. The opposition, I can give them credit. for successfully being able to convince people that don't come to invest. Seriously, they play politics with air. Companies were coming to this country, and number one that were bringing in a company, they said no, don't come on the after election. They fought that internationally. But one thing we can tell the people of this country, after this election, you're going to see companies coming to this country. As we speak, 2 weeks ago, there's a company that I took to Youth Camp, where the government of Liberia have more than 200, more than 2,000 acres of land. There's a company from Israel that want to do farming. I took them there. They took photo of the place. I told what we need is job creation so that our people can acquire jobs. We understand the tricks. We understand what they did because we're focused in this country, focusing on activities. You understand? And they were playing that international game by going abroad when anybody want to express our interest. You understand? And then they go against it. But we can say to you, we already understood what they have said. We are gathering conversations with these people, and we are giving them hope that look, that whatever that they said to them is politics. Come and do investment. Okay, so people are ready for investment for our people. And we're going to decentralize those investments to benefit our people.
Let me just ask my own final question. Okay. Then we'll go to the lines. Senator, I also come from a sporting background, so I wouldn't come here if I
you ask a question.
Yeah. So you are the owner of a football team, Gardnersville FC. You also, I don't know if you're still the president of the oldest club in Liberia, Invincible 11 IE. But because people say you resigned from IE, so I want to know whether you're still president of IE.
The IE know environment.
So tell us, why did you decide to get into sports? Are you into it for the politics of it, or do you genuinely?
The first thing I play soccer.
Yeah.
And I'm still playing. How will I get into it because of politics? No, I play soccer here on Tusafi. When I'm on the ball, Jesus. Everybody here and say that go.
Jesus.
You understand? Now,
only by your presence on the bus, not on the pitch.
Listen to me. When a player receives a punch on his chest, the manner in which he put the balls down, and he look at the position of the goalkeeper, it determine what's the next step, whether the crowd will be shouting for goal or not.
Okay,
let me answer the question, but let me say something. My involvement in sport, every day we go to go and watch the national team play, right? When they beat them, we can say, oh, the national team, you see. But no, they don't want to support the game. It makes no sense. You understand? As I told you, everything that I'm engaged to is to help to find solution. So I get involved to help the process. As we speak, 2 of my players, I just sent 2 youthful players. Both are 18. One is 19, one is 18. You understand? No, 17 going to 18, one is 18. As we speak, they are in Turkey. They just passed the trial.
Okay.
I know about them.
You know about them, right? They are playing for a second division team. By January, they're going to be going to the first team. The solution for our soccer to win game is to get most of our young players outside the country. Get them out to experience. When the other teams come to play our country, they get a different experience from different countries that they play in. Football is experience. It's not just come and say 1 + 2 is this. No. You understand? So that's what we need to do to get our player out. As we speak, last night, I was able to make contact again for 4 of my players to go to Germany for a second division team. You understand? So my goal is not about me owning the player. First of all, you know what we're doing? Even the team requested that we should give the players free. I told them, yes, I'm willing to give the player free. It's not about money. It's about promoting the players.
You need money to the team.
But not that. But sometimes they will tell you that, oh, we want a player on amateur. You understand more than me. You understand? So the first season the player will be playing is not to pay, and they shouldn't pay the club, but they can pay the player, which I have agreed to. You understand? So what I'm telling you is, I'm going to continue to support sport into this country, and I'm in consultation. I'm always in conversation with the president of Liberian Football Association The Kickball Federation, I'm also in conversation with them. I have gone to them, make some donations to them. I have gone and watched the basketball games. I'm helping to make, in fact, on our college, we're going to have a basketball court there on the college. We're going to have serious game playing there.
Winston, your final question, please.
Yeah, Mr. Senator, what level you want to take the county to when you are re-elected in October? What kind of country you inherited when you took over from President Weir?
I think President Weir, when he got elected, was during the Ebola crisis. There were a lot of challenges, and we were able to do some work. He did some work as caucus chairman. Like I was in District 13. He built the market in New Jersey Estate. He built the clinic. Today is now a health post. Since the 80s, that place was a garage. You understand? Where Hudson used to repair the cars. But he was able to build a health post there, and now a health post. And then he did a lot of projects all around in the country. Now, I met a working emotion, a country going into motion. That's the country that I saw, and with his advice that he have given me, this is why we have been able to focus and making sure that everything is done in the interest of our people. And everything that you're seeing happening today in our country is in consultation with him. He's aware. You understand? Look, as we speak, we just completed the construction of the market in Banjo Market. Banjo, the president went there and did a dedication. On the 15th, we're going to be doing the dedication of another market in Iron Gate. Efshen Market in Soul Clinic, we just built a big market there. All of those areas, we try to empower our mothers. As we speak also, how they call it, Gorbachev, 14 Gorbachev Market, where the woman is bringing the goods selling in mud. As we speak, we remove all of the mud last night. We're bringing in crushed rack to spray it there so that you don't have to be in the mud. You could get sick from the cold and what have you. We're trying to find those solutions. We are solution-based party. That's what we're doing.
A special interview with Senator Sir Joseph, and of course, this interview is being carried by OKFM, Prime FM, Red Power, Barman, Truth, Front Page Online, and Fabric. Is Fabric carrying something? Okay. And of course, now before we would open the lines, just this question. I know we asked the question one way, but let me try to take it. Let me try to transform it another way. Come 2029. What are you thinking?
So, well, 2029, I will be a senator. I'm still going to be a senator, but then I will be, I think, in my 6 years, 7.
Okay.
And you don't tell the Liberian people what you want. If anybody understands the Liberian politics, they should call you and give it to you. So, for now, I'm serving my people.
If they call you for the presidency, you go for it.
Or are you expecting something else from them?
I'm not. And what I'm doing is to focus on how do we find solutions to our county problems. The youth crisis. How can we create an opportunity for our youthful population that they have institutions to go to and learn the skills? How do we bring in companies that when these students have graduated and they get those skills, they must be able to now have a job? We will be finding solution. By December this year, you will notice that I will be very active going outside of the country, engaging to look at more opportunity for Moserado County, so that Moserado County should be a role model. This is an old county. You understand? The first county. We will do all we can to make sure that we develop it. And by doing that, you're going to see the changes. We don't want to see a situation where people fighting for buses in our country. Look, people try to talk. Let them keep talking. 20 more buses coming. And the last time one of the international workers said that Moserado County is the country is dirty, I did not complain. I used that situation to make sure how do we change it? How do we change the story? When somebody said this, you know what I did? I asked my friends to help me as we speak. I get 10 garbage trucks available. You know what I want to see? Every evening, the trucks go into Waterside. Everybody, after selling, you put your trucks together, you walk to the truck and put in your garbage.
You have it. You have those trucks here now. When
No, they're in the US. I'm finding way not to ship it.
Okay, so let's take a few calls quickly, Senator. Let's take.
So that's the kind of country we're going to be visioning to see.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Let's hear from you quickly.
And good morning, Sobo, and good morning to the Culture Money Liberian. My name is Abraham Political Magistrate, and I call from the headquarters of the Business Bureau on the most of the good morning. Thank you for inviting and one of the Liberal Finance Senator Zach Joseph. I think Senator, that information at the right time brings hope to the public. Senator Excellency at the legislature is then doing extremely well. There are several reasons why President George Manawiya re-election will be certain. The one person who budgets in the effort of this government. The issue of the budget, I think, is welcoming. Another unique leadership of President George Manawiya, I think, we face the issue of the National Security Headquarters in Maritime, and the issue of the NSA Headquarters.
Okay, you made your point of letting another call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Pastor David, on this case, the senator is one of the first two presidents who have already been elected before. So what came here and President Weah, I mean, the record is clear on that. But, Senator, you make my day, especially with all these top-notch journalists. Many have said, Sir Joseph Kenso, he did today.
Oh, he's off the line. He went off. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, good morning to the world senator.
Okay.
Let me say thank you for the show. My name is Marcus Epenico Kawe. I'm calling from district number 1, Maigiri. Remember that we are very closer to Monserrato here. So what concerns Monserrato also concerns us. However, I want to thank him for appearing on the show. I think some of the questions you guys asked, it was very necessary, and the way he responded to them, I think that's the best way to respond to those questions. And Senator, thank you very much. We are asking the people of Monserrato to not kill good things for bad things, so that the good of Monserrato will continue, so that when we come of we will go Monserrato, we'll see the best and we'll walk in the best. Thank you very much.
Many thanks. Let's take this caller. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Let's hear from you.
Yes, so my name is Victoria Toro Kokwe, the only female candidate in Monserrato County. So I called this morning to tell the people of Monserrato that Senator Sir Joseph is dishonest to the people of Monserrato County. And the reason I say this is because he is explaining things that he has not done for Monserrato. And I have evidence. During the debate, Senator Sir Joseph presented to me a booklet when I asked him the question that he has been portrayed to be Ebola hero in our country. What are some of the policies that he has pushed to improve the health sector? Senator Sir Joseph could not answer that question, but handed to me a booklet telling me that the bills are in the booklet.
Okay.
And I have gone through this booklet. It is about pictures in the booklets, the bosses he brings in.
Okay.
But let me tell you, I am a senatorial candidate. I just holding your feet. Let me just give me a few minutes to say.
Yeah, we have others on the line, please. We have others on the line.
Okay, so let me conclude, please. Can I?
Yes, go ahead quickly.
Yeah. So what I want to say to Senator Sir Joseph, all I hear Senator Sir Joseph say is, I. Senator Sir Joseph was elected by the people of Monserrato to adequately represent them through the national budget. And this means the Ministry of Youth and Sports should be empowered. Budget should be allocated for youth empowerment.
Okay.
Budget should be allocated to the Ministry of
Okay,
Education.
I'm sure you made your points already. Let's take another call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Sobo.
Yes, good morning.
This is Ojuku Ogboswa Ojuku. I follow the female I Kennedy who just called.
Mm-hmm.
Let us be clear here. What have you done for your people? Look, we have a pragmatic Senator Sir Joseph, who is working in the interest of our people, and you want to come here to question him? What ability do you have? Look, all we want to say to Sir Joseph, we will not listen to any detractors, and we are prepared to elect you again as our senator. Look, what Sir Joseph has done in this country, no senator since the formation of this country, since 1847, no senator has done what Sir Joseph is doing for Liberian people. Look, for Sir Joseph to build a vocational school for our people is unprecedented.
Okay, you made your point. It's unprecedented. Unprecedented. Let's take this call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Thank you for having me on. My name is Emmanuel Cordy, and I join you on this again.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of work done in Mojurado County. Of course, I support the United Party, but I will vote for him because he has hard working senator. Senator, thank you for hard work and continue.
Okay. Okay, he's over the line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. My name is Daniel Soden. I join you from ELBC in District 6.
Let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. I'm a supporter of Honorable Sir Joseph. I'm impressed of his working all the time, and I support him. But he made us political statement the last time, and I want him to also acknowledge that the statement that he made at that time is not working. He said, wherever your project is, there where your billboard should be. Our billboards now, we are supporting him now, putting billboard to places where we don't have projects. So how can he clarify that statement this morning?
Okay. He's taking note. I'm sure you will clarify that. Good morning.
Thank you so much. Let me appreciate you for this platform. You got to appreciate your guests. My name is Aman Kosban Debe, and I joined the conversation from station number 15.
Okay.
I'd like to use this medium to particularly appreciate Senator Sir Joseph for his humanitarian services that he has been rendering and continue to render, specifically the one that has to do with a assistance render to Senator Dillon. You know, it is important to always give medical assistance to people when they need them. And so I'd like to use this medium to appreciate him for rendering medical assistance to Senator Dillon in 2014.
Okay.
The last time we checked, Senator Dillon has constantly argued that there is no need for a lawmaker to render such an assistance. So for him to be benefiting from what he has criticized, it's just unfortunate. So Senator Joseph continue rendering assistance to him when the need arises. Thank you.
Okay, so let me go to the other lines quickly to take a few calls from there. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Let's hear from you.
My name is Andrew Shagbandi.
Okay.
I have a question for the Honorable Senator.
Mm-hmm.
He said that he has never signed a contract, but the Minister of Public Works went to the Senate and said there were two contracts. I remember the name. Thomas Fala and he, Honorable Sir Joseph. If he said that Minister of Public calling on him, that's my question. Number two, he said George Weah is going to win. Okay, I want to bet him. If George Weah doesn't win, then Joseph Boga wins. 1,005.
Okay. He's off the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Yes, and let me say good morning to the Honorable Minister. This is my state Kama calling on district number 14, the chairperson for the local youth in Mojurado County. And let me applaud my Honorable Institute. He spoke well. And I can say this person, Honorable Sahari Joseph worked with big for him. And he's not the only senator within Mojurado County, but he's taking major role. The two senators go, our Honorable Sir Joseph is staying right now. Look at the transportation how it will happen is still necessary to bring buses within Mozzarella County. It's not only in Mozzarella County, but it's one in the federal county in Liberia. And look at the health facility. This making my president meant to let their jobs in the Latino society, Madam looking people that job with simple food. Can you imagine that? Then even when you go to your work, when it says this very bad in nation, you talk to everybody. But we got some reaction there that when you go to that place, they will even wasted it was up on you.
Okay, you made your point already. Let me take this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me say good morning to the panelists and good morning to the full senator, the full alcohol, lawmaker, the people center. David Williams, the people blue, Popo Defender, sir. Thanks to Honorable Sir Joseph. There's a man that been war in Liberia. Now we have Mozzarella County. Honorable Sir Joseph is such a cross of Liberia. Now we have Mozzarella County. The last time around when he took me to go, I was for always Denville. And I want to Honorable Sir Joseph, when you go to Iraq, and people that go. And then no one had to say that in one day, something with the mouth. I don't even make a guess. But this is the same thing that Joseph that he said. He's not running. No, that man always saying so. Nobody just no competitor. So whatever be your good work that people are looking at you and we are praying for that God will long last more. Thank you very much.
Okay, many thanks. I take this caller. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm James B. Trevor Jr. calling from Monrovia.
Let's hear from you.
I just want to dispel that accusation on Sajisa by our first caller, that Sajisa is dishonest. But everyone knows that Sajisa is working meticulously to have this country to improve. On the issue of the president, I believe that the president will win the Nobel Peace Prize. Why? Because of civil liberty. There's no political prisoner in jail. For this reason, we are in this election, Sajisa will win the senatorial election, and also will be given the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay, many thanks. You made your call. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, thank you for having me. My name is Mark Joko, and I called from the office of the Intellectual Alliance of Liberia this morning. So let me appreciate Senator Joseph for the explanation. You see, people should be honored in their advocacy. The madam who called, who is a senatorial candidate, she has no respect for even a female. This to talk about bringing in to Sir Joseph. This man has walked over the past time for Mozzarella in the entire country. See what he's doing. This man has come on the radio consistently and explained the same thing over and over. So that tells you how consistent and skillful he is in the advocacy and developmental agenda.
Okay.
That is unless the Senator Dillon who will come and say things today and say the other thing tomorrow. We're talking about people who work for the interest of the country.
Okay. You made your point. Let me take more calls quickly. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Quickly.
Thank you very much. My name is Pastor Bato, chairman for Fiabi Battle Club, calling from the office of the Fiabi Battle Club. The senator has said it all. What the senator is doing most of our country, I think is compatible. So we, the citizen, we are calling upon all Liberians to vote the president come October 10. Vote for Sir Joseph and also vote for Mumu Kamara Zero Mofu.
Okay, let me take this last one. Good morning.
Good morning, Honorable Sir Joseph, and good morning to all of the folks in studio this morning. And this is the voice of April. There is down to youth chairpersons of the Town Center Community, Carwood, New Georgia, District number 15. And Honorable Senator, let me first appreciate your level of working in the counties since you are a senator. But then we, communities, dwellers and leaders, especially where you're from, and the oldest township within the Republic of Liberia that first brought it to government in New Georgia Township. We in the township of New Georgia, especially the town center in District 15, we have a project, a tenant project where we have completed the foundation for them of a town hall project. But we are breaking your office continuously, and even when you appear on Banner Event, I presented the situation of this project to you, but 10 days up to today, we cannot hear from you. We plead with you, we beg you, please come to our head.
Okay.
Let our people be did for
Okay, and I'm sure the senator knows already. So let's go back to the senator to respond to those concerns. I'm sure many of the calls were just commendations. Just few that you have to respond to.
Well, the lady spoke about. I think she doesn't listen when people speaking, and when you are out for a debate and people are speaking, maybe you need to go back and follow what I have said. If you're talking about, she said, what policy have you made or helped to make in the health sector since you have been a serious contributor to the health sector? First of all, she did not say I have not contributed to the health sector. She acknowledged the fact that I contributed, and then she also declared that, why are you calling the man Ebola hero? I am not running on the basis of being or Ebola hero. Liberian people.
Okay,
so let me say this. The policies that I have been able to do, for instance, as chairman on health in the Honorable House of Representatives, we were able to pass what we call the MPhil bill. That separated.
Senator, let me just hold you 1 minute. I'm sure Minister Zioka wants to make a contribution quickly. Mr. Minister, you go right ahead quickly.
Yeah, good morning. I wanted to commend my friend and brother Senator Joseph in studio. And let me also add to what he said, anything he said on the UPS post perspective. The individual UPS for the government Liberia, the one UN system, have begun removing our irate youth from the streets. And Senator Joseph have been a serious factor in that endeavor. In fact, the Youth Agriculture Training Center in Benjamin that we have earmarked to renovate, to move those folks in. Senator Joseph already started helping us to renovate that place. I want to commend him for his good work and what I've reported. Thank you.
Many thanks, Mr. Minister. Many thanks. Okay, so
we were able to look at the health sector. We were able to. This bill was introduced by the government, where MPhil was made of. So that one of the laws that will pass in the health sector, I'm a co-sponsor to that particular bill.
Okay.
The next one, the public health law that is in now, the Capitol building. I'm a co-sponsor to that bill that was introduced by Senator Como. I'm a co-sponsor. So if you're talking about policy of the health sector, I'm a serious policy maker and a contributor towards the health sector in the Republic of Liberia. And somebody talk about public work contracts. I challenge anyone. Public work, first of all, you are giving a misleading information. Ministry of Public Work said there's few companies who did not perform during our public hearing. And they name those companies. Man, I don't have a company that is doing road contract. I only have equipment that is doing communities roads. The governor of Liberia, Public Work, have not given me a single cent. As we speak, I'm on the road in Tori, going to Tori from youth camp. I'm also on the road, on the FDA road. No money from Public Work to me. No contract was given to me. So that information is false and misleading. The next thing, the project in District 15, I'm sorry. I'm overloaded. Just be patient. Pray for me. I will try my best to come. But I will try my best to come and visit the New Georgia Township in District 15. I will do my best to be there. Let me say to you, to the citizens of Montserrat County, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve. When President Weah asked that I should replace him, I remember in relay market, when he took my hand and he put it up, he said, "This is the person that I trust to replace me." And you trusted the president, and you gave me the opportunity to serve. I'm saying to you, we still have much to do. We're going to do more. We're going to focus in developing our country and our county. Give us another 6 years. We can assure you, you will see the difference. We are coming up with new programs. This time, we are focusing on developing our people to get them empowered so they can get jobs. And by doing so, we must bring in companies that will help our people.
Okay.
So I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to serve as your senator. And thanks to all of you here for leaving your busy schedule this morning and to have breakfast with people. Although people don't give me tea to drink, but I don't know what kind of breakfast.
Next I will give you tea. Well, Senator, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Trojan.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sabo. It was a good interaction, and we hope we can have more of these kinds of conversations.
Winston.
Thank you so much, Sobo. Thanks to Senator Sir Joseph for the invite. Look forward for another one. Thank you.
Augustine, sir.
Thank you so kindly, and we will appreciate.
We
will appreciate the senator and many other leaders within our country to sit before us and talk to the Liberian people issues they are involved with as well.
Okay, so there's just a go home on this presentation of the Super Money Show. Join us tomorrow morning, God willing. We'll be back, and of course, our guest will be Tien Nangbe, right? Yes. You understand he's running in Maryland County, and so he'll be our guest from 9 upward. What so? There's no second chance.